Isn't it great when you're at the right place at the right time? You know, when you're looking for a parking spot, you're driving in a circle, and all of a sudden something opens up right in front of where you want to go, and you get that parking spot, and you say to yourself, right place, right time. Or maybe you go to a restaurant you haven't been to in a long time, and you run into a long-lost friend, and you renew that friendship. And as you're walking out of the restaurant, you're saying to yourself, man, if I didn't come here today, I would have never met them. Right place, right time. Or this morning, being here to see our first communicants experience receiving Jesus in communion for the very first time. To see their joy and to see their excitement and to see their families fired up because they know what's going to happen for these children, and for the rest of us to be excited because we know what's ahead of them each time they receive Jesus in communion. Maybe thinking of the first time we received communion and maybe getting excited again as we do that today. People come to church for different reasons. Maybe some of us are sitting here feeling sorry, embarrassed, or frustrated over the past. We are painfully aware of what it is we have done or didn't do, and we feel isolated or alone because nobody knows it. The result is an inner turmoil or an ongoing restlessness for a longing to do a do-over. If this is you today, then you are at the right place, at the right time, with the right gospel. Jesus is here today doing in our lives as he did in Peter's life. Why is Peter fishing today in the gospel? As best we know, Peter hasn't been fishing with some of the disciples since the day he first met Jesus and had a miraculous catch of fish that day. At that time, Peter falls on his knees in front of Jesus, telling him to depart from him, for he is a sinful man. Jesus simply replies to Peter that from now on, he will be a fisher of men and to follow him. So why is Peter fishing now? Since Jesus' resurrection, Peter has had no conversation with Jesus. Maybe Peter is fishing because he's extremely agitated and unnerved, because Peter knows something about his own life that no one else does. Peter hasn't told the other disciples that he denied Jesus 3 times. Peter's waiting for that awkward conversation that he knows he has to have with Jesus. He's thinking about all those incredible promises Jesus made to him about being the rock upon which the church will be built and giving him the keys to the kingdom. If Peter is like us, when we have given into temptation and sinned or rebelled against God, we may feel that God will say to us, nice knowing you, but I'm going to go hang out with somebody else. Peter's fishing because he wants to go back to the ordinary and familiar part of his life. What is the importance of the charcoal fire in today's gospel? There's only one other place in the Bible where there's a charcoal fire. The scene is Holy Thursday night and Good Friday morning. Peter follows Jesus after he was arrested and was warming himself by a charcoal fire. It was there he denied Jesus 3 times. The charcoal fire symbolizes the most painful, embarrassing, and humiliating moment of Peter's life. I believe Jesus intentionally builds a charcoal fire so Peter knows that Jesus knows what he did and to let Peter know it's going to be all right. But for Peter to receive Jesus' mercy and forgiveness, he has to come to that charcoal fire and meet Jesus so he can be forgiven for what he's done. What is our fire? What are the moments in our life that cause the most embarrassment, pain, humiliation, or a situation where we would like to do it over and make a different choice? Whatever the moments, I invite you in the silence of your heart to share those moments with Jesus as you sit at the fire and listen to Jesus' surprising question, the same question he asks Peter, do you love me? When we answer Jesus by saying, yes, Lord, you know I love you, Jesus will make no accusations against us. There will be no condemnation, no rubbing our nose in it, we will experience Jesus' divine mercy, forgiveness, healing, peace, and a chance to start over. Forgiveness can start with the beautiful sacrament of reconciliation. Pope Francis has said many, many, many times, there is no sin that God will not forgive as long as we have a contrite heart or are sorry. If we've taken care of whatever haunts us from the past, then the message for us today is to be eager to share the mercy Jesus has given us with everyone we meet, starting at home, with our spouse, children, parents, and grandparents. We're about to sit down with Jesus and share a meal. As we come forward to receive communion today, I invite in your hearts to hear Jesus' surprising question to you, do you love me? And let us answer as Peter did, Lord, you know everything. You know I love you. Today, we are truly at the right place at the right time.